Photography, the activity that today statistically happens over 1 billion times a day across the world, was first invented as a revolutionary means for people to capture reality. The origins of photography have often been associated with the camera obscura, the term that was first used in 1604. The oldest surviving photo, or what is considered to be the first photograph, was taken by Joseph Niepce. However, according to Marien 2006, tradition casts Niepce's work partner, Louis Daguerre, as the originator of photography. In 1839, Louis Daguerre revolutionized the world of photography with his invention of the daguerreotype. The daguerreotype offered a sense of realism that no other picture or painting could capture at the time. Unlike today, photography in the past was reserved for professionals due to how expensive and limited the equipment was and how tedious the process was to take just one photo. In fact, in its early stages, the daguerreotype often took 60 to 90 seconds, with a subject sitting very still in order to get a decent image. Photographs in this period were, as Van Dijck 2008 describes, as acts of memory intended to safeguard a family's pictorial. Taking photos was not a vernacular activity as it is today, but rather occasional because hiring a photographer was very expensive and therefore was only available for people in the upper classes who were able to afford it. In 1885, a few decades after the invention of the daguerreotype, George Eastman pioneered photographic film and founded the Kodak Company. Flexible film rolls became a much better alternative to solid plates and became a key invention for the later popularized instant cameras in the 1940s. One of the most significant events in the history of photography was in 1888 when Eastman introduced the Kodak 1 camera. This event marked the shift from photography being exclusively for professionals to an activity that amateurs could take part in. Still, the process of getting a final picture was lengthy because photographers had to develop their film in a dark room. However, Kodak held a dominant position in the photography industry during most of the 20th century. The 1980s marked the beginning of the digital era of photography, where cameras were transformed from analog mediums that relied on light-sensitive film to digital technologies that enabled people to take pictures that would be then stored in the camera's internal storage. Digitization and convergence were beginning to peak at the end of the 20th century. In the 1990s, DSLR cameras were introduced, and they permitted photographers to interchange their lenses while using the same camera body, something that was not possible in the past. Due to convergence, camera technology was integrated into various forms of technology. The first camera phone to be released was the Kyocera VP20 in 1999. Since then, camera phone technology has improved significantly, even to the point that today some photos taken from phones can be just as good as one that was taken from a high-end DSLR camera. Today, with the popularity of social media like Snapchat or Instagram, photography has become a vernacular activity for millions of people around the world. It has changed from being mere portraits of people to an activity where people can document their everyday lives. Photography has become a powerful means to instantly get a message across to many people at one time. After all, a picture is worth 1,000 words.